Hi everyone, and welcome back for another episode to Gloster, Canary, Australia. This is an international episode with David from David's Birdroom. I hope you guys all enjoy it. We'll be right back. Thanks everyone for tuning into the channel. Now, this is season 3, episode 2, which is also a part 2 with David from David's Birdroom. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, check out the channel on season 2, episode 1. So, David, how did your breeding season go, mate? What was the outcome? What were your ups and downs? How many did you breed, and were you happy with the quality?
So thank you, Alfio from Gloster, Canary, Australia, for inviting me back to do another show for the Gloster, Canary, Australia. Well, Alfio, you've the first question you've asked me was, how did my breeding season go? My breeding season went well. It went well according to plan. I started off with the idea that I was going to breed, I got 50 rings for my canaries. So my plan was to sort of breed around the 50 canary marks. So I did get 45 young canaries on the perch and all doing well. And all of sort of reasonably good quality that I was looking for. So I was happy there. You know, the breeding season, like anybody's breeding season, has all its ups and downs. And you'll get young birds off birds that you're not expecting, and the birds that you want young ones off you're not getting. And it can be a real mix-up of emotions and frustration throughout the year. But really pleased with how they turned out. And as I say, the outcome of them, yes, you asked me what the outcome was. The outcome of them was, in general, happy all round. Now, with the canaries, got that sort of 45 mark canaries, happy enough. My native finches, as you may know, I breed the Siskins, lesser redpolls, and mealy redpolls, and I had a couple of green finches this year that started with. Out of all the different colours and types that I had paired up, I did get young ones off everything. So I got young ones from all the different pairings, albeit not big numbers of young birds, but some good quality ones and enough that was going to keep me going for the next season. So I think the main thing is if you can breed enough young ones of quality that you can sort of know that you can progress on for that next season. And that's what you're really looking for. During the season, the ups and downs of the breeding season, it's just like anything. You start off full of anticipation. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and the birds will do this, and the birds will do that. Well, on the downside, the birds then tell you different. The birds say to you, not doing it. I'm not feeding them young ones. I'm not fulling eggs. I'm not doing it, and you're not going to make me. No matter how much of the miracle drugs that you want to give me or whatever you want to pump into me, the birds are going, have none of that, and you can't make them. And that's the downside. And it's not the downside, it is just part of the hobby. So really, it's not really a downside. How many did I breed? I bred that 45 canaries, and with my native finches, I'm probably around the same kind of numbers, around that 40 odd young birds from the Siskins, Lessers, the Millies, and a couple of the green finches. So all in all, good numbers. I never ever try for big numbers. I will keep my breeding season as short as possible, get them bred and get over and done with and get them moved on so you get them ready for the molt. So it's not really about numbers. You get to the point that, especially whenever you're showing your birds, you're actually really wanting to breed quality and not quantity. And I don't really want to breed 100, 200, 300 birds just so I can pick out a half a dozen show birds out of that 100. And then at the end of the season, having to move all them birds on to here and to there. And it's just, I think after 40 years of breeding, you just sort of get to that point, you go, no, I'm just going to breed for the quality, forget about the quantity. So it's not for me, it's not really about the number. And was I happy about the quality? Yes. Because as I said to you, I'm breeding for quality. So whatever small numbers I got were all quality. And I'm really happy with that. So that's your first question.
So how was your show season? How would you compare this show season to your last show season? Did you win any big major shows? And also, did you travel within the hobby? And I know you've traveled to Australia. What was the experience like?
My show season here in Ireland isn't complete because by, I think, January, we will have our all-native, the Northern Ireland British Bird Mule Club of Northern Ireland will be held in January, and that will be the end of my breeding season for the 2025. The show season was good. I can't complain. And I'll tell you why. The competition this year throughout Ireland, north and south, was top notch. Some quality birds out there, some real quality birds. With the reds, absolutely amazing quality of reds in Ireland in itself. And if you can get out into any of them, there's two main shows in Ireland. You have the Northern Ireland Colour Canary Association Club Show, which is held third Saturday in November, and you have the Era Red Canary Association, which is held on the second Saturday of November. And if you get along to any of them two shows and get into them top classes, if you can get into the top first, second, thirds, and any of them classes, you know you have got quality birds about you. Because we have guys from the UK, they all come over to judge at our show, and they're seeing the quality of birds that we have here. And if you can get in there, you're doing good. And I can't complain. I've done reasonably well at both of those shows. Albeit I haven't taken any of the major best in shows at any of the two of them of recent. But I'm up there. I'm in the classes, and I'm even in the running in some of the majors. So well pleased with how my reds are shown in Ireland as a whole, from north and south. And the competition is tough. So how, and my native finches, the showing of them, same again. Because there's so many kind of different varieties of native finches out there, you know, you've got on the show bench, the base, you have the Suskins, the red poles, Millie red poles, you have the green finches, and then there's others, there's like the linnets, and all different kinds of goldfinches, there's bullfinches, so you're competing against all of them. But first of all, you have to win those classes of each first before you can go up to get in the top award. So if you can get up in there and win any of the sort of, like in the champion section, if you can win best champion flighted or best champion unflighted, you know you've got good stuff about you, and that is tough going. I was fortunate enough the year, I took a few of those awards and really pleased with the outcome. The show season this year was much similar to last year, probably even tougher than what last year was, because I can see that the competition is getting harder and more out there. So it's brilliant. It's good to see the lads getting their birds all in top condition and in show condition. Get the birds show ready. If you want to show your birds, get them show ready. Don't put a good bird out in a dirty, unclean cage, or a bird that's got dirty toenails. If you want to exhibit, if you want to win and do anyway well, clean up your cages, clean up your birds, give that bird the best chance that it has out there. And that's probably one of the only tips I will give any of you out there. If you want to show, make sure they are show birds and in show condition. You have asked me there, did I travel anywhere during the year because of the birds? And well, within the island of Ireland, yes, I have travelled all around the sort of Northern Ireland to all the different CBSs. Now, the different CBSs, I come from where I live, I'm reasonably centre to most of the birds that's in the north of Ireland. So I can travel a maximum of 1 hour's drive to probably the furthest show in Northern Ireland. And most of our CBSs, I'm within 15 to 30 minutes drive to nearly any of them. So travelling in the Northern Ireland area to get my shows, it's easy and I can access a lot of them. A few of my shows were down the south of Ireland. Now that's a sort of 3, 4, 5 hour drive. But you don't mind, because if you're going down there, you're going to show your birds against different exhibitors, different birds, and it lets you get a wider picture of how your birds are actually doing. I did travel further afield, and as you know, and some of your viewers know, I did go to Australia this year. It was a family trip I went on. It wasn't really a trip solely to see. It wasn't just a trip solely just to see birds. It was a family trip I was on. But I made a connection through yourself, through the Gloster, Canary, Australia, was a guy by the name of Michael Pulo. Now, Michael, he has some selection stuff. And got to visit Michael, and it just blew my head away. If you want to check some of my past videos of where David met Michael, my trip to Australia, it was crazy. The love and passion that man Michael has for his birds shone out. It's just unbelievable. And it really made my trip to Australia complete. Got to see my family, spent beautiful time with my family, but I got it finished off just before I was heading home to visit Michael and see what he has there. And what a great guy. Welcomed me in as if he knew me all the days of his life. Absolutely amazing. And someday, I'll feel, if I get a chance, maybe even get a run over to see yourself sometime and see what those little Glosters are like in Australia. I do like those Glosters that are in Australia.
So, doing a Canary channel, I know we try to come up with some new, fresh ideas for the channel to try and keep it interesting. And I have noticed that you have done getting to know. What was that experience like? And how has your channel been going in the last 12 months?
Well, I'm really pleased to say that it has really grew. And it's because of the likes of your viewers and everybody out there that has been watching the YouTube channel. And the feedback that I'm getting from the channel has been absolutely amazing. So I go along to different shows and you're meeting different people and they're going, I watch your show. I think this is interesting. You do this, you like this bird, and you're covering all different sort of species of birds. Albeit like I am just a coloured canary fancier and a native finch fancier. But I do have that common interest in all types of cage birds. Because as in my past, I probably kept a range of all the different varieties of birds that are out there, between all the different foreign birds and different native birds. And I have that common interest. So it's been really great getting out there, talking, finding out from the Gloster breeder, the Fife fancier, the Irish fancy man, the Border man, the Yorkie man, all the different other breeders and finding out their little parts of the interest of the hobby. And that has all helped to make David's Birdroom, the channel, grow and grow in interest for the wider range out there. So I'm not just sticking with colour canaries and native finches. I am spreading my wings out there to talk to you and share with you of all our different breeds of birds out there. So my channel has been growing on a yearly basis. It's getting better and better, and I am really enjoying it, and I'm thanking you all that have subscribed to the channel and all of you that are about to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for all your input, because your input is probably my output. What you can say to me is what I can put back out again and share with everybody else out there. So I look forward for the next year, and I look forward to sort of keeping watching the Gloster Canary Australia channel, and all the best here from David's Birdroom. My YouTube channel, the David's Birdroom YouTube channel. If you haven't seen David's Birdroom YouTube channel, check it out. David's Birdroom on the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll put a wee link down below here and you can check it out. And if you have a look at it, get on it, subscribe, give me a like, tell the world what you've seen here in Ireland at David's Birdroom. But anyway, what you have asked is, you have noticed that I've done a few shows about getting to know. It's something similar to what I'm doing with you today. I'm getting to know you, or getting to know me by asking me a few questions and sharing my part of the hobby with you and all your different friends out there. I have done quite a few getting to know interviews with some really top birdmen throughout the UK and worldwide. And I'm coming to you, Alfio, next. So keep an eye out on the David's Birdroom YouTube channel, Alfio Gloster Canaries, getting to know, coming soon. That's a wee up front one that nobody knows about, but you all know now. The getting to know is really interesting, because behind you go down to the show scene and you meet your friend who keeps his 5 canaries, who keeps his Glosters or his zebra finches or his budgies. And behind that person, there's another different personality as well. So you're getting really to know who is behind that bird keeper. So you're finding out when he started off, what his hobbies are, what he likes about keeping birds, what keeps him interested in birds. Does he show birds? And all those kind of questions. And it might be the 7 same questions to everybody, but I am getting 7 different answers back from everybody, which makes it really, really interesting. And the very, very last question, which I find really interesting, and it's a non-bird related question, is I would ask him, when you're not in your birdroom, what other hobbies or pastimes do you do? Well, then they're telling you, like, I like gardening, I like fishing, I like shooting, I like photography, I like to go for walks, I like to do this, I go and I play in a band, or I work with cars, and it's just been so interesting. And you're finding out something else about a person that you only know as a bird keeper. So other than just bird keepers, we have all our different hobbies, and I'm finding there's nearly a common connection between the bird keeper and all their wee different hobbies, because quite a lot of them, they're all into the wildlife stuff as well. They like their gardening, they like going for walks out in the countryside, they like their photography of wild birds, their fishing, so it's a lot of sort of outdoor natural pastimes and hobbies. And it's really, really interesting to like myself, because really, whenever I go back into what I'm thinking, I do most and likes all the stuff that a lot of the guys are saying that we do. And it's really great seeing that common connection behind the guy that keeps his wee birds. So I hope that has answered all your questions. It's been fantastic being asked back again to your show, the Gloster Canary Australia. And for now, we'll say goodbye and take care. Bye, Alfie.
Now, thank you, David, for joining me on this episode. And also thank you for all the viewers, the subscribers, the supporters. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. If you haven't seen the Facebook page, check it out at Gloster, Canary, Australia. All right, guys, you take it easy, and good luck with your birds for the show season. And I'll see you at the next episode. Have a good one.